Hi, I'm Daria Teller. This is another edition of The Higher Authority. To my right, I have my co-host, Doug Wald, Aaron Frenchman, and today we're joined by Craig Feingold. Craig Feingold is one of the VPs at Executive Alliance, specializing in the hospitality area. Craig, welcome.
Thank you, Daria. It's great to be here with you guys.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Good to have you.
So let's talk about hospitality, temp, all those good things.
Yeah.
Certainly hospitality has had a good uptick in the last year or two for hiring. Given after the pandemic, and a lot of hospitality organizations, event producers, and caterers, and things of that nature are looking to staff. So you have your finger on the pulse of a lot of what's going on for that area. So can you tell us a few things about different functions or areas that you're seeing a lot of growth in, where there could be key hiring for those areas?
Sure. Yeah, it's been a very good run, really, since 2023.
Right after COVID, right?
Right after COVID.
Yeah, because COVID was horrible.
People wanted to do something. Everybody wanted to get out. And now, the areas that always thrive are sports and entertainment. There's always a need.
Yeah.
And those events are growing and getting more popular,
Yeah.
more expensive, which good or bad helps the industry.
Right.
What is it?
What?
What is it?
Yeah,
What
it's
is
true.
it? I know.
It's true.
The high-end hotel space.
Okay.
Those folks are always that's always a big business and always growing.
Okay.
Is there seasonality for you within hospitality?
Yeah, there somewhat. I mean, the first quarter of the year. Really January and February, people slow down, figure out what they're going to do for the year.
Sure.
Not a lot's going on.
Yeah.
Post-holiday
Post-holiday.
event season.
Yeah.
Correct. But like this week, first week of March, like I just see in the city, we are so busy.
Yeah.
And it went from 0 to 100 like that.
Yeah.
My clients are saying it's not going to slow down this year because you have the World Cup coming to the United
Oh,
States.
yeah,
It's
right.
gonna help.
You got the 250th birthday of the United States, so
Right.
New York plays a role in that.
Right,
Yeah.
I mean, this is the first time and only time ever that the ball will drop, other than New Year's Eve.
I know, how crazy is that? I can't wait to
Yeah.
see that.
So
Yeah, I
they're-
want to do something
so
for
they're
that. That's
expecting
awesome.
At least 500,000 people to watch that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe not what they do on New Year's Eve, but they
I
don't
think
know.
that's gonna
They
be
don't
pretty
know.
big.
And
Yeah.
hotel occupancy right now for the month of July
Yeah.
is at roughly 97%.
Are they booked already, the hotels for that?
Oh, yeah.
97%.
Yeah, so that's probably done, yeah.
Is there any part of the industry that never bounced back after COVID?
That's a great question, Aaron.
Try. I get one an episode.
Right, exactly.
So-
And this is that one.
Wow. No, I think everything kind of. I mean, I can't think of anything.
That's great.
Great.
That's good to hear.
Great.
I'll say some restaurants. Let's say
Yeah.
the restaurant industry, I guess, for a little bit
Sure.
had a problem.
Yeah.
And there is still an ongoing. Restaurants still have not issues, but you have so much competition.
Yeah.
You got so many ways to get food other than going to a restaurant.
Oh my God, it's true.
Every app will send you food for
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yeah, right.
And
So,
depending on it's, and I hate saying it, I'm not the high end space doesn't get affected.
no.
The
Yeah.
lower, the middle of the road type of restaurants, they get caught in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did the Ryder Cup. How was that?
That was pretty intense.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun.
How many people did you have to staff for that?
About 60 people
Okay.
every day.
You had the VIP section or everything?
We had the VVIP section. So
Okay.
we took care of the players, Team Europe, Team USA,
Yeah.
and their families and support.
Yeah.
And they gave us 3 weeks to do it.
No
They didn't give a
No pressure. No
3
pressure.
weeks before. And no, it was intense.
Yeah.
All eyes were on us.
Yeah.
But and again, not to toot the horn, but myself, and we had Allie and Jack helping us. And I'll tell you, they said we were the only agency. There were 12 agencies because they had to have 1,200 people a day in just food
Wow.
and beverage to support this event.
That's a lot.
We were the only agency where there was not one complaint or one negative comment.
That's
And
fantastic.
from that now we're doing the PGA Championship in Philly,
Wow.
the WPGA somewhere in Minnesota.
Minnesota. Wow. Okay,
outside
good.
of
And also the
Minneapolis.
Masters you're doing as well. The Masters.
We're doing something at the Masters.
Yes, yeah.
And we're doing 3 or 4 World Cup sites for them.
That's
for the
great.
same catering.
That's really
That's
great.
great.
What do you do when you have a team and then people call in or they don't show? How do you handle that? How do you handle getting additional people? And is that like you have a list of people and you're like, all right, we're going to go to this one? Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it's not fun. You know, especially when like the Ryder Cup people say we don't want replacements during the week.
Oh.
I said that's great.
Yeah, so what do you do? So how, you have to, like, I guess, really vet the people and
We have
make
to
sure
vet the
they're
people.
going to be there.
You know, we were able to have them have like a bench of like 3 or 4 people just in case. So that's what you do. You build a little bench.
Okay.
And you let people know. Look,
Smart.
Look, you're going to be ready to. You know, we might use you.
Yeah.
You know, be on call. If we don't use you, we'll give you 2 hours just for the day, just because you're sitting there waiting.
That's great.
So we'll do that.
Okay.
You know.
And
That's
when you're
smart.
dealing with an event that size, where
Yeah.
there's 12 agencies, is there an issue fighting for the same talent?
Yeah, it could be. I didn't see it.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't feel it at the Ryder Cup. Definitely in Manhattan, we're always in the same pool. This was Long Island,
Yeah.
and people were. I felt like we really got very good talent. So either we're just very good at what we do, and I don't want to say we are, but
Yeah.
the other agencies probably are as well. But it didn't feel like people were talking and they said we didn't. They didn't know about us. We didn't,
Wasn't no overlap.
Yeah, there
Okay.
wasn't a lot of overlap.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Because they, when I say the other agencies, were given a lot more time. They knew about this. Like they were given 2-3 months.
Wow.
Like right now, I was already given the PGA numbers they need in Philadelphia for May.
Okay, that's
Because
good.
now we're in the system.
Sure,
we were
sure.
referred in. So for 3, we only have 3. They forgot or they didn't forget. I don't know how you forget the VIP area, but they held
Yeah.
that. And then another client that I do business with said, call Craig Feingold, the Executive Alliance, and he'll make it happen.
Yeah. Wow.
Thank you, Billy Lodato.
Yeah.
A little name drop
Good
there.
thumbs up.
Right.
So, that's great. And in terms of, what you're seeing in the U.S. landscape, Craig, what cities, what markets are you seeing growth in terms of, what you're seeing at the high-end hospitality market, mid-tier hospitality market? What kind of areas in the cities in the U.S. that you're seeing growth in?
Definitely San Antonio.
Oh, interesting.
San
Oh,
Antonio's growing.
really? Okay.
That's becoming a major event foodie town. Nashville is continuing to grow exponentially. I would say there's been a little growth in some high-end areas in Chicago. Where we've
Oh,
had some
okay.
calls. And actually, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Like
Right,
this,
right.
that's another place where it's really it's growing very rapidly. And in terms of restaurants and high-end and attracting really good chefs and restaurateurs, Portland, Maine. Watch
Interesting.
Portland, Maine the next few years.
There's
Really?
a lot of breweries being developed up there and things like that.
and I have clients building. I have 2 different clients building a 5-star hotel, each of
Wow.
them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
Good to hear. And,
Yeah.
and in terms of like what you're seeing for prospecting talent, what type of skill sets, and I suspect it would be people that, are present, they have good drive, they have good initiative, they don't flake out, so what type of talent? And it could be front of house, it could be back of house, it could be people, in the serving space, it could be ops. I mean, what kind of skills that you see the talent?
You just
are
said
looking
it.
for?
You should be doing.
Oh.
I should leave, and you should run it.
I'm trying to
very
set
good
it
at
up
this.
for you, dude. Trying to
I
line
don't
it
need to
up.
be here. You can run hospitality.
Oh, man. I've been in it. I wash dishes. I work for the bus people. Yeah. So what are you seeing? I mean, just in terms of what you're scoping and what type of talent that you're looking for.
I mean, we're always looking. We always look for. We look for both front and back of the house. But we always look for. I'll be honest. We look in the front of the house for people with great personalities. And we always say we can teach you how to carry a tray or plates and how to box a table.
Right.
You know how to box a table, Doug?
I do actually.
Oh, you do know how to do that.
I don't. I would be terrible at that.
And so we're always looking for, in the front of the house, good personalities, that wake up in the morning, know how to present themselves.
All right.
Yeah, it makes
Those 2
sense.
things we can't teach.
Right. Yeah, that makes
The
sense.
rest of it we can.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
definitely can't, based on what
Well,
you
then
said.
maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Some days,
I
some
think
better
Aaron
than other
can
days.
too, but
Oh, yeah.
he won't admit it.
I don't, but I don't want to.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Though I do, I think everybody should
Yeah.
spend a year in hospitality.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh no, I
That's,
couldn't.
that's really
Absolutely.
good.
I couldn't do it. I would drop things. I'm a klutz.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't. Things would
You
fall
don't have to
everywhere.
You don't have to carry a tray. You could host.
I could definitely do
Right,
hosting.
you know.
I could
That's a
definitely
great-
do
that's a great
hosting.
point,
I would
yeah.
love that.
It really does. As someone, listen, I worked as a bartender. I worked as, as a kid, I worked bussing tables.
Right.
You realize what's important and what's not,
That's exactly right. Yeah. that's a great
and
point.
how you have to deal with people who at times are unreasonable.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you were standing in front of a bunch of people going into the workforce,
Right.
and you were directing them into hospitality, what roles would you direct them towards that's maybe a growth track?
Growth track. Well, it could be, you could start out as a runner, busser, and people would be like, how is that a growth track? Where you're going to learn the front of the house
Right.
on site.
Yeah.
And as you develop, and as they see that you have something, you're going to become a server, a lead server, a captain, a matron, a floor manager.
Right.
So I would start at busser, runner, because restaurants, especially the 4 and 5 star restaurants do that for sure.
Yeah.
In the back of the house, I mean, if you have some skills, you could do prep cooking and prepping and but usually you should go to a culinary school of some sort, maybe not the CIA, which is a 2-year deal, but
Right.
something where you learn the skill. Because that's the one area, Doug, and you guys, that we always talk about is getting more skilled cooks, culinary.
Right.
That's where sometimes you fall short.
And that
Interesting. Okay.
that matches up with kind of the rest of recruiting. We've talked about this getting more younger people into trades.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We were just
Culinary's
talking
a
about
trade.
it.
It's a trade. It's
Yeah,
not
for
something
sure.
you wake up saying,
Yeah.
unless you have a passion for it. Yeah, I
Right.
want to
Yeah.
do this.
And it's not something that is pushed in a 4-year university, and it's not pushed on the high school level.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think it's a great skill though. I think it's something good that everyone should know how to do.
100%.
Yeah.
I've been, talking with people for the last 3 years of how do we, do a school type situation where we bring in people to teach the skills and partner with restaurant groups to give
Oh, that
them
would be
a
nice if,
like a
yeah.
cooperative and have a pathway.
Yeah, so they have so currently, things that I know about is that they have like a kitchen co-op where if you want to have a product, you can't, in New York, you can't cook out of your home if you want to send this product
Correct.
around and stuff like that. So they have kitchens where you can go and you can cook at this kitchen and then send your product out from that location.
So like
So-
incubators.
Exactly,
Correct.
exactly. They call it like a kitchen co-op
right,
is what
right,
they
right.
call
That's
it.
what it is.
And so it would be interesting if you could do something more along the lines of a school.
School type situation.
It's
We
like-
have people who could teach.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
great.
a friend who's, and we could talk about it offline, who wrote up the playbook. I mean, he's a phenomenal hospitality guy.
Yeah.
Just, you got to find a space to put him in,
Yeah,
and then you just, and it's easy to get restaurant groups to want to do this because they bring them in at
Sure.
a lower rate just to get them going.
right.
yeah.
We have more, we're more entrenched with the restaurant groups, and
Yeah.
it just helps.
So you run it almost like you run a trade school.
Correct.
You
It's
know?
a trade school. That's exactly what it is.
It's a trade school for the restaurant and
Culinary
hospitality industry.
Yeah.
So, and with most trade schools, they have relationships where it's like, hey, we have a graduating class coming.
Yeah.
What do you need?
What do you need?
So,
Because that's a huge need. I mean, even in the slow season, so to speak, we're putting out 80 to 90 cooks a day in the city, in different, and we can't find enough.
Yeah,
Right?
that's-
that's the one area where there's a need all the time.
Right. So that's something good for, anyone watching that, if you have a child who's trying to figure out what they want to do, maybe they should give it a shot. I mean,
Yes.
you never know. You never know.
You should teach them how to use knives.
And they make good money.
They do.
Get going. They make pretty
Absolutely.
good money.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do pretty well as they
Yeah.
grow into it.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Let's
Absolutely.
just watch the Food Network.
Yeah,
that's right. Then they get their own show, and
Right, exactly.
so they
That
have
way.
to bleach their hair and get a funny beard.
Right.
So.
Where can people reach you if they need to get in touch with you for a position or for anything?
Yeah, the best way to always reach me is at my phone number. I'm always carrying it, 646-251-7157.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining
you,
us
Craig.
today.
Thank
We
you.
Greatly
appreciate it.
appreciate
This has been fun. Very,
a lot
very
of fun.
interesting. Let us know how the cooking school's going.
I will definitely let you know that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Thank you guys once again for joining us. This is the Higher Authority. If you have any questions or comments, you can contact us at info@execsally.com. Have a great day.